I spent 20 hours reverse engineering the funnel that will turn Alex Hormozi into a billionaire. And in this video, I'm going to break down the exact funnel, how it works, and how you can steal it. This is without a doubt the easiest way to add an extra $100,000 to your business this year. Let's jump right into the video. So what we see is if you go to his main acquisition.com website, you'll see this banner, right, of the $100 million scaling roadmap. And if you click on that, you'll get to the first page of the funnel where you'll see here to get your free personalized $100 million scaling roadmap in under 30 seconds, right? If we look at the information he's asking for is essentially your name. It's free and it's personalized. It's under 30 seconds. It's fast. And then you see again, kind of reiterating that it's 30 seconds and it has a social proof from 3 billionaires who he has used to vet this funnel. Before I jump into the rest of the funnel, I want to give you a little bit of quick brief background in terms of who I am, in case you don't know. I worked directly for Patrick Bet-David for over 4 years, where I helped him grow YouTube channels from 0 to 400,000 subscribers, creating strategic content. I've built out a newsletter with over 260,000 subscribers utilizing a quiz funnel system very similar to this, as well as generated over $6 million in e-commerce and digital marketing revenue and produced over 500 pieces of long-form content similar to this, but for Patrick Bet-David. As you can see, Patrick and I at his house, we have us shooting content, me on the podcast, some of the revenue numbers as far as Shopify, Stripe dashboards, and the email list growth. And I definitely recommend stay to the very end because I'm going to give you one of the most effective marketing strategies that both Alex Hormozi and Patrick Bet-David use. But let's get right back to So first page we already looked at with the name and first name, last name. Then once you hit let's start, you get to the email, which is the next stage he's asking for. Then your phone number, which is general lead information. Next, he's asking for your shipping address. Now, initially I thought this was very weird, but then what we've seen recently is that he's sending out physical sales letters, specifically in this case for his book and the event. But he also has the mailing address of all the people that have gone through this quiz. And this is something that's very valuable later as you go on in terms of trying to get direct mail or other types of mailing because it's a super cheap and efficient way to reach your audience. And you're doing something out of the ordinary, which most people don't. And that's how you get the results that most people don't. Then once you click, obviously, continue on the shipping address, you get to the last step of the questions that he's asking you, which is basically where are you at in your business journey, right? How many employees do you have and how much revenue are you generating? So once you add those dropdowns, which we'll get back to, you hit Get Roadmap and you'll be sent to one of these 2 different pages. Now, you might be wondering, why is there 2 outcome pages? What's the deal with this? Let me explain. So in the employee section, once you click on that one, you get to either it's just me, no revenue, just me, some revenues, me and vendors, 2 to 4, 5 to 9, 10 to 19, and it just goes down the list, right? And then in the annual business revenue section of things, you have under 100K, 100 to 250, 250 to 500, and then it just goes plus, right? But the interesting part about this is with the 2 different paths, it basically consists of a qualified versus a non-qualified section. So if you are non-qualified, you get this outcome page, right? This is the page that he's going to send you then, where it says, congratulations, you're at stage 5, productize, right? If you're non-qualified, or that's if you're non-qualified, right? Now, if you're qualified, you're going to get to a different path, which is the qualified page, which in this case, what he's going to show you is a video where he basically says, yes, I sent you the roadmap, which is important. You have that. But while you're here, you qualify for his first offer, which in this case is the $100 million scaling roadmap, right? So he has a VSL where he's going to try to play the video, and then you could book a time to chat with him on the calendar below. So there's different outcomes for different answers, right? But what he's secretly doing here is qualifying leads real time based on your question, right? So if somebody says they have less than $250,000 in revenue, cool, congrats, you're non-qualified and you're getting free value. If they have over $250,000, now congrats, you're qualified, attend my workshop, spend $5,000, and that is the first kind of secret tactic within this funnel that he's using to ultimately bring people into his ecosystem. So why has he placed the qualification at $250,000? Because for him, what he's trying to solve for is get an understanding of where people are at in their business journey and then how he can help them. If they're lower than $250,000, he is basically just giving them free content, the books, YouTube content, this, that, and the other, so you can learn. Now, if they're above $250,000, at that point, they can come in and spend money with acquisition.com in order to ultimately nurture these, meet some of these people to then see if he can help them in person scale to the $3 to $5 million mark that he wants for his ICP. Because don't forget, Alex Hormozi is in the interest of buying companies. He wants companies that are doing between 3 to 5 million or whatever the numbers are that he has. Those are the customers he's understood that the majority of his audience are not qualified for that. But if he can find the people that are, say, 3 to 5 years away, he can now bring those into the pipeline, keep an eye on them, let their team meet them, help them get to that point so that he has dib once they are the size of his company. And if they want to sell, the first logical person they'll go to is ultimately Alex Hormozi. So let's look at the magic of how this funnel works, because I have two metrics that differentiate what outcome somebody gets, right? You have one, which was the full-time employees, is connected to the outcome, meaning what stage are they in their business roadmap. And the second one is the revenue, which is basically the differentiator of, are we going to provide them value or are we going to upsell them? So if somebody says just me, they're going to get stage 0 because it's improvise. And if they say, hey, I have less than $250,000, you're going to get value. If you say you have more than $250,000, then you're going to get upsold to the scaling workshops, right? Because he wants to help you scale. Same thing, just me, some revenue. Again, you're going to get value primarily. Me and vendors, you're going to get stage 2, which is now advertise. And at that point, you're either, you can have either of the options. And again, you're going to get value or you're going to get less. 2 to 4, stabilize, same thing. If you're answering less than $250,000, you are going to get the very simple outcome page, which is just here. Here's what you get. If you say you're above $250,000, you're going to get this one. So you see here, this is advertised, although it's a crappy screenshot, it's advertised for stage 2. And you're qualified, so we're going to upsell you. This one is stage 5, but it said that it's less than $250,000. So they're just getting the value-driven call to action there. So this is the genius here in terms of being able to bring people in a static funnel and at the same time being able to give them specific value and qualify them real time, which is the second kind of golden nugget about this funnel. Now, if this seems very complicated with a lot of moving parts in the funnel, it definitely is. I'm going to lie to you. And if you'd like to have me come in, take a look and see if I can help you, click the first link in description. I'd love to hop on a call and see if this would be a good fit. Otherwise, obviously, just keep enjoying the video here. And the next thing I want to talk about is ultimately how he's promoting it and how you can as well, right? Because cool, we have the funnel. We got to get traffic to the funnel. Well, what is he doing? He's using both paid ads and organic. When I checked, half the ads he was running were to his scaling roadmap. Why? Because this is top of funnel, it's broad, and he can bring people into his ecosystem, which is further going to nurture every other aspect that he's trying to push. And on the organic side, one of the things he's doing here is he has insertions in the YouTube videos where he's basically making placements and talking about the offer and driving people to, oh, hey, go to the roadmap and you can see download your free scaling roadmap here, which is the first link in description. So he's aggressively trying to push all his subscribers, all the people that are watching his content into the top of the funnel here so that he can get them into his ecosystem. He can learn where they're at in their journey, and he can qualify and segment the different people so he can give more specific advice and help unique people that are in his audience in different ways as best he can based on where they're at. So here's the bonus that I talked about earlier. The number one marketing tactic you can use is segmentation. It's been proven time and time again. If you could put the right message in front of the right person at the right time, that is how you can convert the majority of people, as opposed to just blasting one size fits all. Everyone's the same, nothing's unique. Hopefully they buy, right? That doesn't work. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, which is probably what you're wondering in terms of this, is like, okay, cool. I get it. Like, it's a funnel, but why is he using this quiz funnel or the scaling roadmap as opposed to just a direct sales page, right? First one is selling versus serving. He is leading with value first and building trust. What he talks about all the time is, I'm here to provide value, right? In the beginning, he had nothing to sell you, but the reality is he has something to sell you, but he's trying to lead with value first because he understands the more goodwill you create, the more you can ask when you do. And by having it as a quiz funnel, it's an interactive resource. It's a tool he can push people to while secretly on the back end bringing a better understanding of the audience and selling people differently. So he's leading with value, creating trust, and he's only selling the people that say they're ready to be sold and providing value to the rest. So he's not turning off the majority of the audience who aren't a good fit. He's meeting people where they're at in order to, point number 2, create personalized value. He's creating this personalized value by you understanding, taking this roadmap, where you're struggling in your business and how he can help, right? So he's personalizing the value. It's not just, hey, here's this generic ebook or here's this generic course. It's, hey, John, based on where you're at, what you're struggling with, this is how I can help you in order to get you where you're at to where you want to go. So it's personalized value. And guess what this does? It speeds up the nurturing value tremendously. People build so much faster trust in this process because it's now speaking to them individually as opposed to a generic one-size-fits-all. Third component, it's obviously a super engaging quiz or roadmap, right? It's not just, hey, let me fill out this information on your type form so that you can now get an understanding of how you pitch me. It's more like, hey, I'm struggling to scale my business. I wonder where I'm stuck. What do I do? Okay, cool. I have this roadmap. There's something in it for me. Me selfishly am motivated to opt into his funnel instead of it being the other way around. Number 4, which is my favorite. It's the hidden qualification process, right? He's secretly qualifying leads real time in the process, and you don't even know it as you're going through this. Number 5, he is able to focus on the right leads, which allows his sales team to prioritize properly. If everyone comes in and there's no scoring mechanism or no qualification on the front end, you're going to have your sales reps, whether it's you, your reps, your team, they're going to be wasting a lot of time chasing unprofitable leads and people that are just a waste of time because they're not ready to buy, they're not qualified, and they don't know what they're doing. Instead, he has qualified them. He's through the hidden qualification process. So now they can focus on the right leads. And guess what? They're going to go after the big dogs first. You're going to go after the better leads first, whether they came in today or they came in yesterday or they came in a week ago, because you know where to prioritize your time and attention in the business, utilizing a secret funnel the same way Alex. Number 6, he is prioritizing first-party data. Now, why is this important, or what even is first-party data? Well, first-party data is the information your customers give you directly, right? Before, we've relied on pixels, on data sources, on tracking through third-party cookies, which is basically information that Facebook has, but you don't, right? Now, the big difference between these two is that one set of data, which is the third-party cookie, is something Facebook is in charge of and something Facebook has. You don't have that. You have a pixel, but you don't own this data. Facebook does. Zero-party data is some information that the customer has given you directly. Now, the key about this is that through the quiz and the personalized value, people are giving real information now because it's linked to their outcome. So the first-party data he's capturing beyond the first name, last name, email, and phone number is real data because it's in their own interest to provide the real data so that they can get the proper direction or personalized value that they're seeking in this roadmap. So the cool thing about this is it goes into number 7 here, segmentation, and the importance of segmentation, because now he can personalize his marketing to each of these subsections of the list that he has. So if you're starting out, he can put you in a starting out email sequence. If you're established, he can put you in the established sequence. If you're at 10 million and trying to get to 20, he could put you and send you the value where it's, hey, John, you're trying to get to 20 million. It's not a one size fits all. It's very unique to meeting the person where they're at and pushing them to where they want to go, which goes into, again, segmentation that I talked about previously is one of the most powerful email marketing tools and marketing tools in general, because you're putting the right message in front of the right person at the right time. And lastly, which I don't know if you've noticed if you're following Hormozi, but as of lately, he's been emailing a lot more because he's kind of come around to understand the value of email marketing and how, on average, per $1 invested in email marketing has an ROI of $42. And this could go even higher because of the personalization of the email marketing, right? So this whole funnel system is exactly what will turn Alex Hormozi into a billionaire, because he's understanding the process, he's meeting his customers where they're at, he's helping them individually with where they're at, and he's interjecting himself into the sales process before these people are qualified, so that once they become his ICP later on, there's only one person they're going to want to sell their business to, and that is Alex Hormozi. But most importantly, what can you do about this, right? How can you create this? So quiz funnels. There's a value quiz funnel, which is a combination of what Alex Hormozi has, where you're capturing data, you're running this to your audience, you're getting people into your ecosystem, but just purely providing value, right? Second one is a sales quiz funnel, where now you're using this information to sell specifically in the sales process. And number three, the qualification quiz funnel. Alex Hormozi is using a combination of the value quiz funnel and the qualification quiz funnel, because the qualification quiz funnel is basically selling only the people that are qualified, right? And the people that are non-qualified, he's providing value to them. So if we look at the funnel the way he has it, these people unqualified are just getting value. These people qualified, he's trying to book them on a call and sell them. So that is the combination of what he's using. Now, how do you steal this, right? Most importantly, well, first things first, you have to pick a quiz type that makes most sense for your situation in terms of what you're selling, who you're working with, and what type of quiz you want to have. Secondly, which is probably the most important part, is you need to position the quiz funnel in a way where it's joining the conversation that your prospects are already having. So for instance, Alex Hormozi has a business audience where he is now teaching business content. What do all business owners struggle with? Well, to scale. Where are they at? They're trying to figure out how to scale to their next step. Therefore, he has a scaling roadmap in order to be a part of the process and join the conversation that the prospects are already having in their head. Number three, build out the funnel, right? A quiz funnel consists of a landing page. You have quiz questions, and then you have the outcome pages, which are the unique buckets or different aspects that the quiz takers get put into, as well as unique email sequences, right? Number five, obviously capture the important first-party data that allows you to better qualify and know your leads so that you can sell them more efficiently. I recommend the tool called Right Message. I'll have a link in the description below where you can get 50% off the first 3 months, which is a phenomenal tool to use in the quiz funnel aspect. And you can plug it onto most of the landing pages or funnel softwares you're already currently using, where they integrate, you capture the data, and it updates it automatically. Number six, make sure that your funnel qualifies your customers, right? Even if you're using a sales funnel or just a value funnel, still have qualifying questions, because that way, when you have a new product or something new that you roll out later on, now you'll be able to know which leads to go after first because you've qualified them, right? Number seven, segment your leads. So as you get people coming into your funnel, separate them differently and provide personalized value where they're at, because that's also why number eight, you're setting yourself up to personalize your sales and marketing process, right? Meet people at the right place at the right time and watch them convert, compared to trying to blast everyone with the same generic message, hoping that some of them are ready to buy. And lastly, point number 9, utilize email marketing to really maximize the leads you're generating. Whether you're driving traffic through organic or paid, the reality is you've captured these leads. They might not be ready to buy right off the bat, but email is the easiest way to stay top of mind, keep nurturing them, stay in front of them, and once they're ready, they'll be able to buy because you have set up this personalized email marketing flow, you've provided value, and now you're the only logical person they would buy from when they need help with this solution. Having said that, I appreciate you taking the time to check this out. I know this is a little bit of a longer video, and if this seems like a lot and you're a little bit overwhelmed and need some help in building out a quiz funnel, feel free to click the first link in description. I'd love to hop on a call, learn a little bit more about your process, and we'll go from there.